It's really interesting to see what people have chosen to hand in and what people have had in their houses and sheds and lofts and what they've handed to us. So in the past, we've had quite a few war trophies handed in, but obviously as time goes by, that seems to have dropped off, and we seem to have this year got more shotguns, air guns, replica handguns, but also a crossbow, which is very interesting. Clearly, people are often left when a relative dies with weapons that may have been legally or illegally held, and they don't know what to do with them. By speaking to the public on these occasions, we prompt people to safely hand them in to make sure they don't get into the wrong hands or they're disposed of incorrectly. Clearly, we've got very tight legislation around possession of guns and shotguns in the UK, some of the tightest rules in the world. And because of that, people can fall foul of the legislation if they're not aware of it, or stuff comes into their possession and they're not fully across all the legislation. So there is an element of not wanting to criminalise people and give them opportunity to pass on the weapons legally. And the second one, of course, is that they're only a burglary away for some of these guns to be in the hands of criminals who potentially might use them to cause harm or fear of harm. Yeah, so the idea of a surrender is that we make the weapons safe, we take ownership of them, and we will then destroy them. If we think that a weapon has been used in crime, then there's a national matrix we can go through to investigate that, so we won't just be destroying without thought. If we think there is an item of historical value, then we're working with the national museums to identify if something needs to be kept for the public good and displayed safely in a museum. We get a steady trickle of firearms being handed in these circumstances throughout the year. So this isn't a one-off. So we do have a process. So if you have concerns, then either ring Northamptonshire Police on 101 or contact the firearms licensing team, and they'll give you advice.